I'm excited to be here to share some of my personal favorite things, and this item is absolutely at the top of my list. It is, you know, we do a lot of air purifiers, but this one, the LivePure, the Bali system, this is the Mac Daddy of all the LivePure air purifiers, and here's the reason. It's not just because it's the bigger one, bigger so you can use it in a big room or even the small room, but this is the one that you never, ever have to spend another dime to replace that filter. It's a permanent filter, and it's True HEPA. Now, seeing is believing, and we'll show you what a dirty filter looks like as opposed to the clean one. This is what it will look like, and by the way, there's multiple stages of how this is gonna trap the things that are floating through the air of your home, and right now, with things sealed up through the winter, the dust alone is something that a lot of us, you know, feel uncomfortable with. But when you start thinking about the bacterias and the things that cause us to feel not well, you know, those things need to be trapped somewhere or else we're breathing them in. And inevitably, it's gonna get you. Even if it's just the nuisance of the odors from, you know, not being the best cook or over, you know, burning the garlic bread that I do almost every time I try to do it. This is gonna be the system that's gonna take all of those odors and all the bacteria and all the particles out of the air and keep them trapped in this huge filter. That's why I love this system, because it's the biggest one, so it's gonna work on the biggest room, even if you've got that open floor plan with the great room and you want a Mac Daddy system, this is gonna do it, even though it doesn't cause any kind of noise. Your pets are gonna love it. Love the night light. Little features that make this such a preferred system. We have 3 colors, by the way. You're looking there at the white, there's the charcoal, our graphite, and then we've got it in black, and they are on sale. You are getting this, oh my goodness, I love when we do these sales. It's not like, we took $20 off the price. It's $110 off the price, isn't it? I mean, it's an incredible opportunity. This is a $340 system if you shop in retail. When you shop here, normally $300, so you're saving $40. But today, it's $189. It's an amazing price on, quite frankly, an amazing system. We are including that extra extended warranty, no charge to you. It's a 6-year warranty, so that feels good in and of itself, and especially knowing you're never gonna pay another dime for a filter. Filters, they add up. They can be really costly, and they're the most important part of the system. This filter, when it gets dirty, and it will alert you as to when, you just vacuum it clean. I'm gonna show you this real quickly, and then we're gonna get down to the details. We've filled this chamber very, very full of the smallest particulate smoke. Watch how quickly it starts moving that air. That's how powerful this particular system is, which is why it's their top of the line. And you are here for this incredible opportunity. It's been forever, it seems, to have had the Bali system here. Vonabelle Sherman joins us to talk it through. It does seem like it's been forever, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, we've gotten to air a few times in the last week or so, but before that, yeah, it was a big break, you know, shipping problems, all of that.
Do we have Vonabelle's mic? I think we lost your microphone. I don't even see it on you. So we're gonna double check on that, and then we'll get back to it. But it apparently is aired a couple of times this week. I've been down with a little bug this week, so I didn't have a chance to see any of the airings, but what I do know is it's here in this grand finale show. Let's double check on all the quantities. We have the charcoal, there's the white, there's the black. Which one are we most limited on, Pat? We'll double check on that. And as we show you this nastiness, that's what you're gonna be able to vacuum out of your system. The pre-filter, the cocoa carbon, and then that other filter, that's the True HEPA. And by the way, there's a sealed gasket in this system, so you can't even get some things, you know, to bypass the system. It will all get trapped on that True HEPA filter.
Yep.
We got you back.
I'm back.
Okay, you're back.
It did, you know, the mic moves, you know, life happens. But yes, this is our biggest and best. And Callie was right, it is our Big Mac Daddy. Why? Because usually when there's an air purifier, it has a certain amount of square feet and you're thinking, oh, is this right for this room? And you feel like you have to measure it, or you don't have to do that with this unit. Why? It will do your smallest room, 10 by 12, 12 by 12, up to 2,000 square feet. You can take a look at the chart that we have coming up, and when you do, I want you to consider, find one that relates to you. Maybe you have one of those size rooms. While you're doing that, I'm gonna read you some sizes where we will scrub the air clean. 10 by 12, 22 times an hour, 15 by 20, 9 times every hour, 20 by 30, 4 times every hour, and then up to 1,500 square feet, we're gonna clean it 2 times every hour, and then in its max capacity, 2,000 square feet, we're gonna clean it 32 times in a day.
32 2 times.
In a day, if you take it up. Now, the reason they did that, Callie, is because many of us have open floor plans now, right? It's very popular to have the open floor plan. And so I have that. My house is only 1,500 square feet, but my kitchen is open to my living room, which is open to my dining room. So I need that, and maybe you do as well. So this way you don't have to think about it too hard. It doesn't matter if you want to use it in your bedroom. You could do that, or then you want to move it out into your open floor plan, you could do that too. Now, if you use it in your bedroom, yay for you, because doctors say that's the first place you should purify your air, so you get a good night's sleep. Also, I always tell you, when you put it in that bedroom or whatever room, if it has a door, close the door. Why? Because then the air will circulate through faster and better, and then in an hour, it's not even the same air anymore. It is particle-free, and when I say particle-free, 99.97% of all the particles down to 0.3 microns. Now, 0.3 microns is the stuff you can't see. Very often you're like, oh, my eyes are itchy, I'm clearing my throat, I need a drink of water. And you look at the air and you go, yeah, but I don't see anything. It's because it's invisible threats. Let's take a look at what that micron means to you. If you have allergies, your doctor may have made you aware of this, but 100 microns, 1 strand of hair, then down to pollen, then down to dust, and then down to the smoke particles, which is the smallest. What are we gonna remove? Odors, VOCs, fur, dust, hair, pollen through the cocoa carbon, then the True HEPA, the gold standard, actual True HEPA, allergens, tobacco, dander, dust mites, mold spores, and odors. Now in that, you're listening to some gross stuff, right? Dust mites, can you breathe them? Yes, they're in the air.
Gross.
But mold spores are also important, Callie, because if you had any kind of leak this year, maybe a toilet overflowed, maybe some water came into your baseboards, anything. You get mold on walls, but you get mold spores in the air. Mold spores are toxic, but you can't see them. So very important to have an air purifier if you had any kind of leak. And then if you have any allergies, you go to the doctor, the first thing they tell you is get an air purifier, and you're excited, and you're like, oh good, I have something to help me. Not a cure, but definitely a help. And then you get home and you go, what do I look for? Callie, that's what we're here to tell them, to help them to know what to look for.
Exactly. That's why I'm so glad you're here watching. And seriously, such an important product, which is, you know, why we've sold tons and tons at $300. This is the $300 system HSN pricing. It's $189.99. This is I don't think I've ever seen this particular. We do a lot of air purifiers, but this is I call it the Mac Daddy.
I do too.
It's the biggest, it's the best, and it's still whisper quiet. There's lots of great features on it. It's the one that's got the nice night light on the bottom, and you don't even hear it working. So initially, and you know, you've got that 30 days, right? You've got a whole month. You will not need a month. You won't need a day before you start realizing the difference that this is making in your life. And everybody in the whole house will benefit. I mean, I love my house. My house is full of animals. I've got a dog and 2 cats, and oftentimes we're fostering dogs, and they come in and they'll shake off their stuff, and you see the, you know, hair all over the floor, and you can vacuum all that up. But what you don't see is what's floating. And all those things that are floating and not being captured somewhere are floating right through your nasal passages, through your esophagus, through your soft tissues, and you're trying to filter all that out. We're dealing with enough. Our bodies do enough, I feel. You know, I went and visited a friend about a week ago, and they didn't have an air purifier, and I got a flu bug. So I was down all week with a cold. You can hear it in my head still.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you, it made me go home and just double check that my air purifiers were clean, and to just vacuum those filters and not have to worry about finding the model number and ordering and paying more. A huge benefit to the Bali system.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, I'm so glad you said that, because, you know, a lot of times what holds you back from getting an air purifier, if you go like, oh man, I really do need one, but I just don't want that ongoing cost. I just don't. I can't, you know, on smaller units, it could be $30, $40, $50. But this is a huge filter. As a matter of fact, I want to show you the size of this filter. And also the 2 layers of filtration. So your first is your cocoa carbon. Of the good, better, best, it's the best. Then you see the True HEPA. Now, some companies will try and HEPA-ish, HEPA-tech. You want real HEPA? That's what this is. Now here's the money savings. If you had to buy a new filter of this every few months, a good HEPA filter in this size could be, you know, $80 or so. But this is a permanent forever filter. All you do is take your upholstery tool from your vacuum, right? Vacuum that clean. Vacuum this clean, and it comes back to its original performance and is meant for the life of the unit. So no money pit. So if that's what held you back, yes, today. And by the way, I'm gonna tell you a secret. This price is as good as our today's special 2 years ago. And you know, 2 years ago, the prices are more now. So it's a phenomenal deal. And another deal, can I just add this before you jump in? So the warranty, I'm so glad you said that. So we always give a 6-year warranty, which is phenomenal. Usually you get 12 months with anything. 6-year, that's the trust with LivePure. But they're getting an extra year free, 7-year warranty. 7
years. You know warranties cost a lot. If you ever check out for anything, if it's an electronic, you're like, yeah, I think I do. I want that extra protection. 7 years. 7 years is amazing. This is also the system, and I mentioned this when you were fixing your mic, but the sealed gasket. So nothing can sneak behind the filter. It's sealed, so everything that's pulled in, and the action of this particular machine, I'm gonna show you again, everything that's pulled in is trapped on that filter. Nothing can get by it.
Yeah, and so why we do this is because you see the moving of the air. If you don't move the air, you can't clean the air. Because when I tell you this does small spaces, say that 12 by 12 room, let's say up to 2,000, I have to be telling you that I'm gonna get air from that corner, and that corner, and that corner, because I have to move the air. That's what we show you with the smoke chamber, how quickly it clears it and circulates it. Because whether you put it in your bedroom that's maybe 12 by 12 or 10 by 12, or you put it in your open space, you need to know we're moving the air to clean it so you feel better. Because we remove those allergens out of the air so you do feel better. And sometimes it's just an act of love for your family. You may have a child who's suffering with allergies. It could be, like Callie, you burn that garlic toast a lot. Or, Callie, you mentioned your pet, so I always laugh because I'll go over a friend's house and I'll go, a dog, 3 cats, oh my gosh. You know, what you want is no smell is the best smell.
Exactly.
That's what you want. Callie, let me show everybody the features on this because they're really good and encompassing.
One more thing I wanted to share. It goes nice and flat against a wall, so you don't have to put this like in the center of a room for it to draw the air towards it. It's the motor that draws it in. So it's nice and flat against the wall, and it's only 25 pounds. So you can move this from a room to a room. Not that you'll need to, because this will clean the biggest of rooms instead of having to move those little guys from room to do the same job.
Yeah, sometimes intakes on air purifiers are in the wrong place, in my opinion. So this one, like you say, against the wall, there's no air to be being blocked, being taken in. So you could put this anywhere, against a wall, middle of the room, corner, it doesn't matter. So here we have in our settings, on the end closest to me, it says HEPA filter and pre-filter. You know what's important about that? When those go on, it's not panic mode. It's not, oh, I need a new filter. Let me go measure, where do I get one? And then sticker shock when you find out how much they are. Pre-filter, same thing. You know what those lights mean if it goes on? If you could hear a voice, it'd be saying, hey, have you vacuumed me lately? And that's what that means. There is no money pit. That's so big. It's such a big savings. So all you'll do is take your upholstery tool and you will vacuum your cocoa carbon, you'll vacuum your True HEPA, and then you'll put it back in and it'll be ready for the life of the unit. And I think that's so important, plus the incredible warranty. Let me just tell you a little bit about LivePure, because they're a great company. They give you that great warranty, but they also have USA-based customer service, which means if you have a problem or even just a question, you could call and that phone call's taken right here in America, answered by an American, and they value that, and I know you do too. And take a look at the difference. Here's a clean one, and here's a dirty one. Wow. Okay, so what you see here, that would be your nose. That would be your lungs trying to filter this. So instead, don't make your lungs work harder than they have to. Don't set off your allergies. Now, this is January, and January, thank God, is a neutral allergy time. You're pretty safe until we hit February and we start a little bit. But think about the last allergy season when it's tree, grass, weed, pollen. Did you promise yourself, next season I'm not suffering like this? What do? You get an air purifier with these kinds of features, and so you won't have to suffer. Now, Callie mentioned the sealed gasket. I feel like I taught you that. I feel like I educated you in that.
Yeah.
So sealed gasket. Maybe you have an air purifier and you're like, Vonabelle, the one I have is not working. Why do I need another one? It could be that your filter has a cardboard filter. You can't have that. You have to have rubberized or foam, because what happens is all the air is forced through the 2 layers of filtration. Then you get clean air, 99.97% of all those particles taken out down to 0.3 microns. Now 0.3 microns, maybe you're like, what does that mean? Come over here to my side. I want you to pretend that this ball is one single strand of hair, just one, like if you pulled out that one gray hair. And it's just one, that's 100 microns. So what does 0.3 look like next to that? You see this little blue bead I'm holding? that would be 0.3 microns next to 100 microns, which is one single strand of hair.
And those are the things that we're breathing in because we can't see them.
Those are the invisible threats that you can't see because you look in the air and you go, I don't know why I feel bad.
I know, it's so, you can't see when there's a bug, a flu bug or a cold bug or any of those bugs. I mean, look at this. I love this.
Yeah.
Dust is gonna be another benefit. If you don't see as much dust on your furniture because you're using this, I won't be surprised because it's trapping it. Yes, it does that too. There is so many benefits of getting this system. I mean, let's face it, you can get smaller units and put one around the house and make sure you're pulling in the air from all the corners, or you can get one unit. One unit that you never have to pay. These are filters that could be up to $80 a piece. If you even had to do that once a year, more than likely twice a year, that adds up. You could spend as much as you're paying on the machine today to have to keep up with the filters down the road. But this is a permanent True HEPA. This is the True HEPA. There's a pre-carbon cocoa filter before that. So it does multiple levels of filtering all the things that are floating through the house that you're living in right now. By the way, if you want the graphite, this is flying. This one is absolutely on fire. The white is great because it looks just like it is, clean. The black blends into anything. We do have all three color choices. But let me remind you again, this is a $300 system. In retail, if you price this out, the LivePure Bali